Hello. Please hit like button and subscribe my channel. Also press bell icon for future video notifications. Thanks.
There are fossils, found in ancient marine sediments and made up of no more than a few magnetic nanoparticles, that can tell us a whole lot about the climate of the past, especially episodes of abrupt global warming. Now, researchers including doctoral student Courtney Wagner and associate professor Peter Lippert from the University of Utah, have found a way to glean the valuable information in those fossils without having to crush the scarce samples into a fine powder. Their results are published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. It's so fun to be a part of a discovery like this, something that can be used by other researchers studying magnetofossils and intervals of planetary change, Wagner says. This work can be used by many other scientists, within and outside our specialized community. This is very exciting and fulfilling. The name magnetofossil may bring to mind images of the X-Men, but the reality is that magnetofossils are microscopic bacterial iron fossils. Some bacteria make magnetic particles 1/1000th the width of a hair that, when assembled into a chain within the cell, act like a nanoscale compass. The bacteria, called magnetotactic bacteria, can then use this compass to align themselves to the Earth's magnetic field and travel efficiently to their favorite chemical conditions within the water. During a few periods in the Earth's past, at the beginning and middle of the Eocene epoch from 56 to 34 million years ago, some of those biologically produced magnets grew to giant sizes, about 20 times larger than typical magnetofossils, and into exotic shapes such as needles, spindles, spearhaw. Because the bacteria used their magnetic supersense to find their preferred levels of nutrients and oxygen in the ocean water, and because the giant magnetofossils are associated with periods of rapid climate change and elevated global temperature, they can tell us a lot about the conditions of TH. Previously, extraction and analysis of these fossils required crushing the samples into a fine powder for electron microscopy imaging. The extraction process can be time-consuming and unsuccessful, electron microscopy can be costly, and the destruction of samples means that they are no longer useful for most other experiments, Wagner says. Collection and storage of these samples requires specialized personnel, equipment and planning, so we want to preserve as much material for additional studies as we can. So Wagner, Lippert and colleagues including Ramon Negli from the Central Institute for Meteorology and Geodynamics and Yuan Lask. Using sediment samples collected in New Jersey, they designed a new way of conducting an analysis called FORC, first-order reversal curve, measurements. With these high-resolution magnetic measurements, they found that the magnetic signature of giant magnetofossils was distinctive, enough that the technique could be used in other samples to identify the presence of the fossils. FORC measurements probe the reaction of magnetic particles to externally applied magnetic fields, enabling to discriminate among different types of iron oxide particles without actually seeing them, says Egli. The ability to rapidly find giant magnetofossil assemblages in the geologic record will help to identify the origin of these unusual magnetofossils, the researchers write, as well as the ecology of the organisms that formed them. Please support our channel to grow by pressing subscribe button as well as the bell icon for environment updates. Thank you.